Greetings, my Dragon Knights, Dragonborns, and Duncan. This is Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Duncan Sage. I think get the memo. And as always, we're still on the road for 20k, hopefully by the end of 2028. At most, I think that'll be a really good, better time. I know that's like 4 years ahead, but I just figure at least this still gives me motivation just to get it up. Yeah, and of course, I promise you at least a 20k animation of my way of saying thank you. And don't worry, I'll still like release it all the way until, you know, like the full thing. I may have to do it at least bit in chunks just for at least to show you, just to get to that 20k subscriber special. You know what to do. But as always, don't forget to burn that like button, kill the subscribe button, to join the fans. Dragon Knights, Dragonborn, Dragon, like, comment, share, ring that bell. Will help out a lot. And as I know, plus as you see in the thumbnail, and yes, I do have Joe from Seattle, because well, I'm gonna give you a twofer, because this is like some say it's semi-salt, because I know how much you all like to have your own love your salt. Anyways, as we seen like right here, I'm gonna leave this article in the link description below as usual. Steam urges to 41.6 million current players in record, and as far as I understand, Steam has kind of been going through this. So, and yes, I'm very late, but I just figured at least gaming news is like at least been dried up. But honestly, I kind of heard this one. I decided just to wait it out, but I figured why not go ahead and do it. By sorry, I probably butchered this, but yeah, this has been posted October 14th, 2025. So anyways, yep, Steam hits 41.6 million current players, and of course I did put up a screenshot, and I know it's in the screenshot and the thumbnails too, because well, I figured why not throw it in here. But anyways, I'll probably like post it. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Current players, it's the highest ever, driven by Battlefield 6 launch and sustained. I know I'm probably butchering that. I do apologize. Platform growth. Steam has shattered its own all-time concurrent players record. It reached 41 I'm just going to say this one. I know it says right here, but just something to say, put it at 0.6 makes it easier. Current players in October 12, 2025. A massive leap for the 21 million mark just a day prior. The milestone isn't just a number, it's a signal of Steam's interchangeable dominance in PC gaming, if I said this right, or domain, but I think it's dominance, excuse me. Driven by Blockbuster launches a royal user base and platform built for longevity, which is honestly true. As I probably posted, I'm gonna post a screenshot, well, at least my thumbnail that I have posted here. Just come over to PC. You're going to enjoy it. I promise you. If you ever need help, I know there's a lot of people, at least here on PC, that would be your great option at most. And by the way, before I forget, I know I'll probably forget. Hi, Joe from Seattle. How you doing? By the way, I heard somebody's still stuck in the mode and you haven't helped them. Sorry, I just want to give a little brief shout out to Joe there. Sorry, just one of those things is, but yes. Even the Steam Deck as well, because I'll probably end up posting that picture right there as well, or at least my thumbnail right up there just for y'all. But yes, Steam Deck, it's definitely worth it. I know you can at least have Steam OS on your PC if you don't really want to, or your laptop is most. Or you can go just Bazite as well, which I'll definitely go. But anyways, but yes, just come to PC. You will be grateful. And the PC is more cheaper now than the freaking consoles, because you got accessories. Don't forget to pay online subscription coming from a Nintendo and Sony fan. I finally just dropped them, so you know what, no more breaking my chains, moving on. But anyways, here we go. But I think, although it says about Battlefield 6 explosive Steam debut, but I think it's just more than that, because I just figured there is a little bit more to this, because maybe just some people are just waking up, buy or make a $600, probably $500 PC built that probably at least be fine for at least a few years, even though you might have to upgrade a little bit later down the road, or finally go up to 1,000 or 1,200 PC, and you're still good for at least 3 or 4 years at most. And there you go. Again, there's a lot of videos out there. I already posted a video of that, of coming over to PC as usual. But anyways, pulling the 747,440 peak players within 24 hours. Which is actually a really good thing right here. I can say for myself, I know about Battlefield 6, and from what I've seen and heard, Battlefield 6 has really gone back to their roots again, and that's honestly awesome. But I don't know why, but this is EA. Please, 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 EA, do not fuck this up. You have a golden goose, don't scare it away. Sustained organic growth, an additional nearly 10 million users since early 2020 for it. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see right around 2024 at most. But lately I've been going over here on PS5. I dropped PS5 at least in March? At least June, I would say at most. I forget, but I know it's like that. But of course, here's another one, which is, excuse me. Here's another one. Valve's long-term strategy, no ads, user ownership, mod support, and community first design. Yes, even though this is actually kind of true right here, but there is a problem with this one as to user ownership that I know probably some people at least would know. If by some design, I'm gonna pick a random game from Steam, okay? Let's say Morrowind, all right? Like the Elder Scrolls of Morrowind, not the remaster, but like the OG one, all right? Let's say one of the companies decides, so you know what, let's just pull our game from that, because in the freaking Steam OS or TOS, thanks freaking Steam for that, even though that's a fucking hate thing, but it does happen, because I actually have some games removed. But anyways, if a company can decide, like, oh, we're going to revoke this, Steam can really pull your freaking game off your library. Like I said, for example, the original Morrowind of the Elder Scrolls. If the developers want to pull it, guess what? They can pull it. It's just annoying. But yeah, but also right here, mod support and community first design. And yeah, this is definitely true. And I know most PC gamers over here definitely like their mods, because you got countless mods, not just for the Gooner ones, but at least something that's maybe for your own taste. But anyways, here's what the records and why Steam keeps growing while competitors struggle to gain attraction. Why Battlefield 6 it was a perfect catalyst. I won't definitely say perfect. I think it's still at least flawed, but it's getting in the right direction, which is honestly thumbs up. Because if it's perfect, then there's no growth, in my own philosophy. Because if it's perfect, then that means there's no growth. There's no way to make it better. It's just end of the line, and end of the road type thing. But anyways, Battlefield 6 launched on October 10th. Excuse me. Yes, even though it did launch on October 10th, 2025, but there was like a beta they can play, but you need to unlock and all that fun jazz just to freaking access it when it could just been already dropped there. Oh, but yeah, we need to go through, have freaking EA freaking launch, or just say, oh yeah, just go ahead, just bypass security. No, that's dangerous. But anyways, but yeah, from what I heard, Battlefield 6 has been really good. So anyways, caused a massive shockwaves across Steam. The game hit 747,440 current players, the 14th highest peak in Steam history, ahead of Apex Legends. Wow, come really impressed. And nearly doubled the peak of recent Call of Duty releases. And yes, I'm quite aware the freaking fanboys of Call of Duty is just absolutely ape bananas, shall we say. This wasn't just hype. Battlefield 6's 6v6 modes, seamless vehicles interaction, and next-gen auto engine. Come on, brain, stop fucking with me. Next-gen auto engine created a buzz that would pull long-lapsing players back into the ecosystem. Within 48 hours, it became a top 5 most watched game on Twitch, with over 1.2 million peak viewers. Importanality, Battlefield 6 doesn't just attract its own fans. Yeah, I definitely need another cup of coffee, because every single goddamn time I yawn. Sorry, just a little rant there. Battlefield 6 doesn't just extract its own fan. It amplifies Steam's entire player fan base, with many players launching the game through Steam. Their presence contributed the platform's, I'm not gonna butcher these, but current count, pushing its past 41.6 million. See, okay, here's my thing. You could have just said right over here or where the case is. Why can't you just make this one like right up here and just do it that way? So that way it's already done. I get it that you want to have all the numbers there, but you could just put that one as I'm leaving it as. And of course, here's the rest of it. And they'll probably just say a click on, click off. But don't worry, I have at least all the things, so that way the article, introduction, the article, then shows, then after I have, final conclusion, so that way for y'all. But anyways, 5 years of growth from 19 million to 41.6 million. The scale of Steam's explanation is staggering. In March of 2020, the platform peaked at 9 million current users, the height of an early pandemic lockdown. Today, the number has more than doubled. As you see right here, from 2020, went to 19 million, 2022, 28 million, 2023, 30 million, which kind of makes sense because we were in that pandemic at the time, at least, 2020, 2022 at most, 2023, 30 million, 2024, 39.2 million, and this year, 41.6 million. I almost 46, I apologize. I freaking do math right, but yeah, this is peak current users. This growth wasn't accidental. Steam has maintained constant performance with over 13 million players actively in the game during average peak hours, thanks to Counter-Strike to 1.2 million daily peak, Dota 800, no, it is 80k. My math is not freaking mathing here. Sorry, I know. Math is not mathing here. Even though it's like I can see right there, but like almost third of half a million or second of half a million. Then you got Rust, GTA 5, and Dead by Daylight by this right here. All by, this much. And yeah, that kind of shows, at least for these ones right here. But I figure at least Counter-Strike 2, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Although there's still probably a lot of bad apples that will come over and all that fun jazz. But at least as far as what I understand, I have not played Battlefield 6, so I can't really say. But at least I know that's actually really helpful. Anywho, while the other storefronts push exclusive deals or subscriptions. Yep, that's the problem. Deals or subscriptions, like I said. And I know countless people always say, if you have Steam, guess what? You can get at least some games that's usually 50 to 60, even all the way to 90% off. And if you're very rare, 100. Depending on what the game is, because I know I got at least Dark Descendant from Digital Streams for free. But anywho, Steam's power comes from trust and infrastructure. There we go. Key diffractors, permanent ownership of purchased games. Yeah, I kind of been saying that lately. But also, you don't have to just have Steam. You also have GOG as well, at Game Store and all that fun jazz. Even though there's like a lot of people that hates that, but because you don't need a lot more launchers. But anyways, no ads, no sponsor, storefront content, Steam Workshop for seamless modding. Although this one right here, yes, I can definitely see it being at least Steam Workshop for seamless modding, which is cool because I know at least the Steam Workshop has that. But also you don't have just Steam Workshop, you also got Nexus, Steam Overlay, Community Hubs, Market, and Cloud Saves. Yeah, cross-game social features, voice, friends, and trade. Yeah, there's another one, but also forgot to mention about the Steam Deck. If you have a Steam Deck, which I would definitely say pick up because you're going to enjoy it, I promise you, get at least a OLED if it does, knocking on wood for you, alright, if you do get a Steam Deck, either by refurbished or by at least brand new, and if it does go on sale for Black Friday, pick up one. I promise you're gonna love it. Although I'll go for the 512 gigabyte if I'm remembering correctly, because that's mine, then I just upgraded mine. But anyways, but yeah, you can have like cross game saves just over to your Steam Deck if you don't want to play on PC, and if you're on the road, you can play on your, Steam Deck. These aren't bells and whistles. They're core utilities that keep the players invested. Unlike platforms where delisted games vanish. Yeah, like I had a couple 2 games on my PSN, even though I have my goddamn Free Dragon Knight. I know that's an issue. But anyways, but yes, I can definitely say this one. Because just like in not just freaking Steam, but at least most of the other ones, if it's delisted, you don't own the game, and guess what's going to happen? It gets removed and it goes into the oblivion. Because I actually had Red Dead Redemption 2, PSN, and Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, not the remaster. Oh, but somehow, let's just remove that. But yeah, I had to pay back just to get it, even though it was originally part of the PSN Plus. Good job, Sony. Fucking ass. But even though I can definitely see, and yes, there was some games from my Steam library has been removed. I don't remember what, but I remember it was in the, TOS, like saying, hey, here you go. This is what kind of like what it looks like. Just to make you aware. Anyways, what players numbers really measure? Concurrent. That's the thing with my brain. Like, even though I say concurrent, I can't say concurrent. It's just like, Users are more than valiantly metric. Google, advertisers, and game developers use these stats to go. Determined to add inventory, the programmatic pricing, rank games in additional features, and top played lists. Signal interest to data-driven investors and esports organizations. At 41.6 million peak, confirms Steam measurable influence, not just a store, but it lives ecosystem. Yeah, and there's like a lot of stuff here that you can play, even some old games that you may pick up that if it's still there, you can actually pick up. Looking ahead with 42 million insight, and I'm probably, that's just the rest. Okay, anyways, looking ahead, 42 million insight. The 42 million barrier is no longer unrealistic with GTA 6 2026, Dragon Age, Dread Wolf, and the Elder Scrolls 6 expected on Steam. Massive spikes are unavailable. I know I probably just said this one, but this one right here, I don't know if it's actually going to be the case. I'm going to figure it at least to maybe 2027 at most, maybe no further than that, because maybe they're still kind of working on the online, because I know how Rockstar's been kind of pushing towards their own anti-cheat, so that way can remove briefers and stuff like that, because guess what, that is very necessary. But anyways, it's just, I don't know if this is going to come out in 2026. I could probably maybe see like late, maybe like November, December of 2026, probably no, and maybe like the spring of 2027. That's just my guess, but hey, we'll see. But anyways, for now, this record is a testament to Valve's vision, a platform for prioritize users over profits, community over control, and openness over exclusivity. And yeah, that's definitely at least a thing. So anyways, I'll finish this one off. Steam's 41.6 million peak isn't just a win for Valve, it's a win for PC gaming itself. In the era of platform wars, a digital lock-in and Steam proves that putting players first creates lasting growth. The message is clear. Steal the game, but Steam still owns the day. And that is about the end of the article. But yeah, and here's the other thing too. If you have like a PC, which I'll probably end up showing again, you can have and if you have like very retro games and you want to back it up to your PC, you can do that. Or play games on it, but you need a external USB player or display or whatever the case is, so that way you can at least play your games that way. But anywho, I just figured go ahead and go ahead and react to Joe. By the way, hi me, because I actually posted that, because yeah. Anyways, let's get right into Joe from Seattle, because we all know the console fanboys are not happy.
And here we go.
Let's get right into the video, because this happened the other day.
Happened the other day in response to the news that Steam had broken
He said the thing.
yet another concurrent player count record. Let's take a look. Kevin Yeager says those are ex-Xbox players, and then a laughing gif. This is
What? Huh? What? How do you know if it's actually not just Xbox players, Xbox players. It could be Sony. It could be at least, oh, I don't know, Nintendo, or whatever the case is, because guess what? It's not just one side. It could be from all other sides, because there are some people that probably just gotten a PC and can, a freaking, at least a PS5, because there are freaking videos out there that can show you, hey, this is how you can make a 750 PC and can smash the PS5 at most. But again, maybe I'm just not into the freaking fanboy thing. But anyways, let's just hear from Joe from Seattle.
This is a point that I think is funny. Console fanboys, and especially PlayStation dudes, will always be like, Xbox is dead. Xbox is a dead program. Nobody plays on Xbox. Xbox is dead.
Yeah, that's been like the running thing. Xbox is bad because this and that, because it is dead in that freaking echo chamber.
But then at the same time, they'll be like, well, the only reason PC gaming is growing is because of all of those Xbox players. There's just so many Xbox players that when they went over to PC, they jacked up the player count so
maybe
much. Xbox is dead. But also, there's enough Xbox players to spare that they're cranking up player counts on a different platform.
But also, don't forget, maybe it's just some of them are Sony players or ex-Sony players, because I know at least two of my friends that I left behind my console life, they really want to get into PC gaming, and I promise I will build one for him. At least it'll be his birthday present from me. So, and like I was always saying, if you come over to PC, your personal computer, it's your own. You will have more freedom over here. Just drop the freaking consoles and come over here.
Do I have that right? Done Did It responds to the news and just says, that's terrible.
No.
What?
That's not a great. It's not a great argument.
Thank you, Joe.
Killia X says Microsoft moving from console-based to PC might be the wrong move. If Steam only has 42 million, that won't be enough for Xbox to make any money if they lose their console-based. It's crazy that PlayStation has 100 million.
This is why I give at least Joe, I know Angry Vigilante. I almost said the Angry Vigilante. I know Gara, Klutzy, they can put in the grind here. And, I know Joe is going to make a perfect example. I'll probably play it out. Oh, also Sneaky Cat 82. Oh, man. I swear I'm getting freaking... I think I just gained a chromosome from hearing that.
Oh, my goodness. It's not 42 million total. It's 42 million concurrent. So if it's 42 million all online at the same time... How many total users do you think Steam has? And this is just Steam, by the way. There are several different user bases on the PC. There's not one unified PC, online service like there is on the consoles. Steam is just the biggest one, but a lot of the biggest games on PC aren't associated with Steam. League of Legends is not on Steam. Minecraft and Roblox are not on Steam. Fortnite is not on Steam. World of Warcraft, not on Steam yet.
And there's your perfect examples right there. Like what Joe just mentioned. Yeah, not most of them are on Steam. Because you had to go to a separate launcher just to get them.
I'm not really sure why that one's taking so long, because Overwatch is on Steam now. I don't know why Blizzard's dragging their heels on Warcraft and StarCraft. But that's one thing. It's 42 million concurrent, not 42 million total. But also, if we're talking concurrent, PlayStation wishes they could get 100 million concurrent users. To put this in perspective, as of June 2025, the PlayStation Network has 123 million active users.
Yeah, that kind of sounds right. But again, here's his point right here. And like I said earlier, I know Joe's going to do the math. Math is going to be mathing here for a minute, but even though it doesn't quite surprise me, but still. But as you've seen through the screenshot, there you go.
Monthly active users, which is a 7 million increase over the previous year. And also, several things have changed since the previous year, such as Sony starting to shove PSN requirements into PC games.
Which is stupid. I can at least name 3 right now. God of War, Ragnarok. I know at least maybe Spider-Man the remastered. I can be wrong. I know Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know about Ghost of freaking Shadows, aka Ghost of Yote. So yeah, even though they can remove the requirement, it still counts because guess what? Ghost of Tsushima you need to have the PSN login so that way the game can work.
Likely just so they could hoist up this number. So the PlayStation Network's monthly active user count isn't even exclusive to play.
Okay, I'm just gonna speed it up. I will leave his video in the description below.
Do you think is online equation? What percent across PS5 and PS4? Let's just take the PC out of the equation. What percentage of that 123 million do you
Math is mathing here just for a second.
think is online at any given time? What percentage of PSN users do you think are online worldwide at any given time? I would say, I don't know, 10%, 20%, generously, depending on the time of day. But let's say 20%. 20% of 123. Okay, neat.
There you go.
So, slightly over half of Steam's number. But like I said, this 123 million includes PS5 and PS4 and PC. Let's just try and look at the PS5 numbers here. Maybe you'll see the picture that I'm painting. As
Must be a good painting, Joe.
of late 2025, the PS5 has sold about 80 million units.
Yeah, even now, of course, I know Joe Fry said this, but I'm gonna say it. Even though freaking the PS5 Slim, the PS5 Pro, and at least the original PS5, if you ever could freaking find one, overpriced for a 5-year, at least a 5-year-old console at most. I mean, 5-year-old console. If I'm not mistaken, the PS5 was at least launched during, I believe, either before or during the COVID. I can't quite remember, but I know it's at least been at least 4 years at most for a console that was price hiked.
So let's generously say that 20% of those 80 million PS5 units are online at any given time, which frankly I think is an extremely generous number on my count. But let's say 20% of those 80 million.
Something.
And let's go back and look at the Steam one again.
Yeah. Quite literally not even close to Steam.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think focusing on PC instead of consoles is the wrong idea.
Alright, let's go ahead and get to the other one.
At Apocalypse says over 80 plus million PS5 sold, over double that of PC players.
What?
Again, oh my god.
Ugh. Joe just freaking made the thing. He did the math. This person's math is not mathing right here. At least, I think.
PS5 sold, over
But just what?
double that of
What?
PC players. Again, oh my god. Do you guys know what the word concurrent means?
No, they don't, Joe, because this is Sony Pony's freaking logic here.
Do you know what the word concurrent means? It means that number of people at the same time. This 41.6 million is concurrent players, not 41.6 million users, 41.6 million users all online at the same time. If you're really trying to compare this to PlayStation, then you should be embarrassed. Because are you really about to tell me that over half of the PS5 units sold are online and being used at any given time?
No, I don't think so.
Over half of them? That is clearly not reality.
Thank you.
Tom Button says 41 million had Steam app running, 12 million in a game, 16 million was its best in a game in 2017, so not really that good.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Game basically just trying to write this off like, oh, the user base isn't actually that big because some people just had Steam running and they.
Oh, because because back then it was 2027. so the player numbers are just false now.
Even though it's been recorded and put up there, and as like I'm probably showing the tweet again, 41.6 million concurrent players on PC. What? Okay, you know what? I think the Sony freaking did those so far down, or wherever the freaking corporation did those so far down, or so far up somewhere else, and probably up their freaking brains that they can't think or breathe.
They weren't running a game at that time, so it's not actually that good. But what you're glossing over here is that even if it is only 12 million, even if it only is 12 million in game at that time, that's still 41 million people with Steam running. That's 41 million people online who could play a game right now. It is an indication of the user base. It's not an indication of who's actively playing a game right now. It's an indication of how big the user base is, that at any given time, there
Thank you, Joe.
could be over 40 million people who
Facts from Joe. Facts from Joe.
could click a game right now, who could buy something right now. And that completely stomps what the consoles are doing. That's the whole takeaway here.
And, sorry, I meant to do this, but I'm gonna probably just put this in here as well. Like I said, at least in the earlier of this video, if you pick up, a PC, make a Steam account, either by your Steam Deck, or build one that you probably just saw online, did your research, get it going. Guess what? You get Steam sales, and you can make a big backlog category and try it out for yourself. Because I know there's like a lot of other indie games here and there that's still probably around. And guess what? Usually big sales like, freaking summer, fall, winter, and spring sales, the really big ones that's usually 50, 60, 70, all the way to 90% off, you get a lot better experience. Just saying.
At Daniel R says most of them are
Over here on PC, sorry. But anyways, let me rewind this.
what the consoles are doing. That's the whole takeaway here. At Daniel R says most of them are bot software or emulation engineering. Even CSGO are bots.
Don't care, didn't ask, cry about it, stay mad, get real, L mauled seed cope.
Yeah, I guess I did those so far up the brains.
First of all,
Or his brain.
emulators are not on Steam. You posted.
Yes, Joe, what Joe said, emulators are not on Steam. You can find that by yourself, and emulation is legal. If you choose to back up your games legally, you can emulate your retro games, even the Switch one. Again, back up your games legally, at least as far as I'm aware of. Here in the US, we have that right to legally back up our games on PC. But again, emulators are not just on PC.
Steam charts here. There are emulators on Steam, but like you post Steam charts here, you're trying to write off a bunch of the user base as using emulators, but then using Steam charts as the indication. Like no. Tell me you don't know anything about the PC market without telling me. But then
Thank you, Joe.
also, I like that you show pictures here of Steam charts. Like, is it so unfathomable that PC gamers play games? Like you read a headline that's like, Steam has all of these users, and you're like, yeah, well, look at these game counts.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't get that logic, that fanboy logic.
It's like, yeah, that's what the users do. They play games.
Shocker, because that's what most gamers on PC or any other games like to do, except for just sitting on freaking the line of the twatters or any other social media, see here, cry, cope, me, see the mold and all that fun jazz. But like, seriously, other than that, I don't get the fanboy logic.
You dork. Like, what'd you think we were talking about? At Sprocket Fix says 40 million Smurf/cheater accounts.
It's fully cheater's account. I'm sorry, but I think from this Snorket Fix, I think I hear a song for you.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
because that's all I'm freaking hearing from you. You're just saying these freaking random things. Hell, have you ever thought of not just freaking PC? There's also cheaters on console too, because guess what? They have freaking controllers that can easily, I don't know, shoot for you or do any hacks for you. All you gotta do is just program it, and you can just push a button, whatever the case is, and boom, like aimbot, see wall through walls, and so on and so forth. So again, all I hear here is just making fake accusations. Even probably most of them are not even true. Again, where's your proof?
Yes, all PC gamers are smurfing and cheating at all times. I love that one. It's like, yeah, no, millions of people playing this PC game. All of them are cheating. All of them, all the time. If you load into that game, you'll find a cheater every once in a while, like once a week.
Yeah, sometimes, because and like I said, when I was actually helping a couple of friends, I actually ran into freaking cheaters as well. And most of them probably still on at least the older console, like all the way at least the PS3. Because I know this because there has been some cheaters on that generation that don't want to move over. Or maybe they just feel like cheating on an old game that day. I don't know. So again, it's not just PC, it's also consoles as well.
But no, everyone's cheating. You could fact check this for yourself. You're not going to do that because you're scared. Because let's be real, if you're the kind of person who says every PC gamer is cheating, everyone who plays on PC is a cheater, you might just, be bad at games. We all know the type. The kind of person who plays an online game, gets killed twice, and is like, that guy's cheating. Ugh. Like, you might just need to get better at games.
Yeah, I think that's it. And I'm probably going to end up leaving it right here. This is already getting to close to 42 minutes. I don't know if I shortened this, but anyways, I'm going to leave Joe's video in the description below because, well, he has done a little bit more better job over here. So as always, my Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, and drinking. This is Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, signing out with a final conclusion. I know about cheaters. It can be anywhere. They can be hide under the freaking radar as much as they want. Not just on PC, but also on consoles. And I know this because there are some cheaters that would abuse the freaking glitches and stuff just get a fucking win. On console, you can have a freaking, a freaking controller just set up for you so that way you can just push maybe 2 or 3 buttons and you're automatically cheating. Like I said, I think... I'm probably going to post in the video of, PC Master Race. It's just break your change from the console ecosystem, come over to PC. You're going to have a little bit better time over here. I know at least Nintendo, he did make a video about that and decided to move over. And although it's going to take a little slow progress, and that's perfectly fine. Again, you can make a build that's at least a PC rig that's at least more better than the console itself if you want to still keep it that way. Or you want to spend a little bit more, I would say no higher than $1,500 for at least a content creator / just a pure gaming PC rig, you're fine. Oh, anyways, like I said, we'll go ahead and end it here. As always, my Dragon Knight Dragonborn, basically my chicken kindle like. If you liked the don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and definitely share. I don't know why I always try to hold in my burps like that. But anyways, this is probably just where I just end up ending in here. As always, like I said, the article and Joe's video right here will definitely be posted in the description below. So as always, farewell for now, my chicken kin. I like.